I'm Greg.
And I'm Billy.
And we're the Fuji Guys. Here's the top features video now for the brand new S8600. This is our compact, low-price super zoom camera. Good-looking camera, nice and compact, but also a lot of great features. So Billy, give us a look at those.
Yeah, let's check it out. This camera offers a nice zoom range up to about 36 times. It's a wide-angle zoom lens, so it starts off at 25 millimeters and goes up to 900 millimeters. So as I zoom in, zoom out, you can see that the lens actually collapses to adjust to the focal length, as you can see there. And to zoom in, zoom out, you use the controls on the top. Zooming out is wide, and zooming in is telephoto. As you can see, the lens will adjust the different magnification glasses pieces that allow for the close-up zoom. Now, of course, you want to make sure that when you're zooming into something that there's obviously a minimum focus distance. So if I push halfway down, it focuses. When I zoom in further, it will focus. But if I zoom in too close and it's past the minimum focal distance, I'm not going to be able to get the focus. As you can see, that's when you want to zoom out just a little bit more to ensure that you're within the camera's focus distance. Again, I'm not wide enough, okay? So that's just the zoom controls. If you wanted to do macro shots with this camera, you can push the macro button, and there's a super macro that allows you to shoot up to about 1 centimeter away. So if you want to shoot a very close-up shot here, maybe of my fingers here, you can see it will get focus, and that's going to give you some great details. Again, pushing the playback button and using the zoom controls, I can zoom in, and let's see if I can see the details on my fingers here in the super macro mode. As you can see, very fine means I got to use some lotion for my fingers. So again, that's just a quick look at the zoom controls as well as the macro capabilities of this camera. If you want to capture a bunch of shots in a consecutive form, instead of taking a snapshot one after the other, which sometimes can be a little slow, as you can see here, you can actually go into the menu on the camera, or actually it's right through here. You can select the high-speed shooting mode, and from there, if you push the menu OK, you could configure that shooting mode in terms of the speeds that you want to shoot at. And here you have low, medium, high. So I'm going to select high, and that's going to give me a very fast shooting rate, but it's going to reduce the size to 3 megapixels. So here you can hear. You see it fired a bunch of shots. It's going to save all that onto the card, and it's going to take the guesswork out of taking some high-speed or action shots that you plan to do with this camera. Once it finished recording, we'll look at the images itself. Again, it fired a bunch of shots there. And pushing playback, you can see all the shots that were taken. And this is, of course, going to take the guesswork out of taking any action shot that you plan to do. So that's kind of nice to see. Going back into the menu, you could, like I said, configure the continuous shooting modes to offer you different speeds, medium, low, and of course you also have some extra bracketing modes, including a final shooting mode, which basically allows me to hold the button down and lets me fire a bunch of shots consecutively. And that's kind of nice to do. And it is much slower, but it's giving me full resolution, and it's going to keep firing shots until I let go of the shutter button. Again, taking the guesswork out of doing action shots. This camera offers a 720p HD video recording. It has a mic on it. It also has a speaker. To do the recording, you push the record button on the back of the camera. It starts to record, as you can see. You can zoom in during the video as well, but you need to know that when you zoom in, zoom out, that noise that you hear there on the zoom mechanism possibly will be picked up in the audio. So you just want to be aware of that. To stop the recording, you push the record button. And from there, you can look back at the videos by pushing the playback button. And any video that appears on the camera will have sort of this film strip-like look. You push down on the directional pad to play the video. Let's take a look at the advanced filter feature on this camera. You change the mode dial on the top to ADV, which is basically the advanced filter mode. You then push the menu OK button to bring up the various advanced filter options like toy camera. And that's going to give you a vignetting effect that gives you basically a retro-looking image to it. It's kind of like, you know, what you do with Instagram, if you want to consider that to be that. You can use the directional pad to choose between the different options. What's great about the advanced filter is that it gives you a live view of exactly how the filter effects is going to happen. And again, you got pop color, high key, which brightens the image, low key that darkens the image. You got dynamic tone. You got a fisheye effect that gives you that fisheye look. So you can see the face is kind of rounded off there. That's kind of cool. And the great thing about this advanced filter is that it's not just for taking photos. You can actually do videos as well. So when you start the recording for video, you also have that cool filter effects that can be used during the video option. Again, going back into the advanced filter effects, you got things like a cross screen effect, and that's going to give you you know, a really good looking, I call it the bling effect, where you have these cross screens on any areas that are very bright. You also got my favorite, which is basically partial color that isolates one particular color from the scene. Again, if you're in a pumpkin patch, you may want to select something like an orange, and that's going to isolate all the colors that are orange from the background and allow you to capture everything else in monochrome, and makes a nice cool effect. Here you can see the table itself is kind of orange, and it's isolating that color from the rest of the image, and it's going to give me a sort of the monochrome image with sort of that orange look. So again, this is a nice feature to look at. It's called the advanced filters. You want to check it out again via the dial and going into the menus to navigate and select the various effects that that's offered with this camera. Let's check out the motion panoramic mode that's available on this camera. In order to take a nice panoramic shot, you would set the dial to panorama, and it's going to allow you to take 3 shots and stitch it all together automatically. And the way this works is that you know, you would take the first picture by pushing and of course trying to obtain focus, and you take the snapshot. It's going to give you the overlay of the last shot, but it's also going to give you a plus and a circular plus. And all I have to do is line up that plus. It automatically takes the second shot, and I do that again. And it takes the third shot, and then it processes the file, all 3 of them together within the camera without any editing. And this is going to give you a nice high-resolution panoramic image, as you can see there. I'm going to choose to save that. And it really takes the guesswork out of having to align anything, because the camera's doing it automatically for you. Looking back at the panoramic image, again, you can see here I have almost a 6-7 megapixel image here, and I can push down to play back that panoramic, and you can see it's a nice high resolution panoramic of the Fuji Guys filming room, as you can see.
And thank you very much, Billy. That was an awesome demo. And again, this camera, considering the price, getting that 36 times image stabilized zoom,
that's right.
Particularly this size or whatever, great family camera. Check out all the rest of our videos by subscribing to Fuji Guys on YouTube. Follow Billy on Twitter. Get all the latest news from Fuji. Until the next video, I'm Greg.
And I'm Billy.
And we're the Fuji Guys.